NFL stadiums don't seem to last very long anymore. While iconic fields such as Lambeau have hosted games for over 67 years, 17 stadiums have been open since the year 2000, and some of them might already be obsolete. Is your beloved stadium overdue for a shiny new one? Let's find out right after this. We had a great summer, didn't we? But now both school and football are back. And the most important school supply you can own isn't pens or a graphing calculator. It's high quality, low cost earbuds from Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds now feature active ergonomic design, and multi-point connectivity allows you to pair two devices at once, like your laptop and your phone. They also come in a variety of colors and styles. I went with the blue ones, and they are great to use in the gym. Yes, I am much older than a college student, but these earbuds allow me to get in a good sweat and outwork you little whippersnappers. Check out all these great features: 32 hours of battery life with a new quick charge function that gets you 90 minutes of battery life and 10 minutes of charging, active noise cancellation, customized sound profiles, and IP66 weather and sweat resistance. So after this video, go to buyraycon.com/5 points and get 20 to 40% off your order plus free shipping. Again, that's buyraycon.com/5 points to get 20 to 40% off your order plus free shipping. Confirmed replacements. First, let's cover the stadiums that are already being phased out as we speak. Actually, I'm the one speaking, but only at the exact time I record. You know what I mean. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville was opened in 1995 and is set to be replaced with a complete rebuild/renovation in 2028. It will be closed in 2027, having hosted 32 NFL seasons. Nissan Stadium was opened in 1999 and will be replaced by new Nissan Stadium, a dome, in 2027, marking 28 NFL seasons. Highmark Stadium has been in use since 1973, making it the fourth oldest stadium in the NFL. However, construction on new Highmark Stadium has already begun, with it set to open in 2026. The 53-year lifespan for Highmark is one of the longest stadium tenures in NFL history. And finally, new Soldier Field was reconstructed in 2003, and the team and the city have been in a protracted fight over its replacement for a while, but the plan is to have a new one open by 2028, with new Soldier Field only serving a 25-year lifespan, even though it was pretty much obsolete and hated the moment it was built. You can learn more about this pathetic, specific saga in another video I made about it. Old, but no plans for replacement. There are 3 NFL stadiums that are older than your mom, but just like her hip, there are absolutely no plans for replacement. Lambeau Field will probably never be replaced, as it opened in 1957 and has had extensive work done to it to improve both the seating area and the surrounding amenities. The Superdome in New Orleans has survived multiple hurricanes, including Katrina, and though it opened in 1975, it will be hosting Super Bowl LIX in 2025. An additional $500 million plus has just been spent on renovating it, so that probably extended its life by another 25 years. And finally, Hard Rock Stadium was opened in 1987, but was massively renovated in 2015, taking it from one of the more ass venues in the NFL to a consistent Super Bowl host. The naming rights don't even expire until 2034, so this stadium will be around for a long time. Now, overdue for replacements, which is the title of this video. Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, opened 1996. The Panthers' home for over 28 years. Though the stadium looks young and is well taken care of, it is definitely aging. The stadium has been renovated multiple times: 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. A statue of Jerry Richardson was erected in 2016. Then, of course, it got cut down. Then in 2019, it was renovated again to fit the MLS team Charlotte FC, which meant the Bermuda grass that had been used from the start was replaced with that dreaded field turf. That same year, new owner and fan favorite David Tepper expressed interest to have the stadium replaced, with the desire to put a new venue in uptown Charlotte. The stadium was thought to be obsolete at the time, lacking open concourses and a roof which could help facilitate a Super Bowl bid. Tepper has expressed a desire for a roof to also host the Final Four and more concerts. All that being said, the Panthers just announced an $800 million renovation to start in 2026 and be completed in 2029, with the goal being to extend the stadium's life. Wait, it's not like David Tepper to say one thing and then do something completely different, is it? Cleveland Browns Stadium, Cleveland, Ohio. Now, this one has had some chatter about being replaced, but there is nothing concrete yet. The last renovations were done in 2014 with a new video board and improved concessions. Honestly, there's nothing particularly obsolete looking about the stadium. However, the lease expires in 2028, and the Haslams have announced their intentions to do one of the following two things: either a $1 billion renovation to the existing building or a dome stadium outside the city for double that cost. They actually released some preliminary renderings of what looks like a giant field house, which would be located in Brook Park, way outside the city, out near the airport. Shocker, in both scenarios, the Haslams will be seeking public funding, expecting about half the cost to be covered by fans like this guy. Considering that the city of Cleveland could not stomach the team leaving again, the shifty Haslams will probably get whatever they want. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. Second only in age to Lambeau, though no Chiefs fan wants to admit it, eventually this stadium is going to need to be either massively renovated or replaced. Opened in 1972, Arrowhead has served the team for over 50 years, just like your mom has served the local community of single men for just about the same time. There have been previous proposals for there to be a shared roof with nearby Kauffman Stadium. However, that has been rejected by voters. There were renovations done in 2007 and 2020. However, recent plans to renovate further in 2024 were rejected by voters again in April. Now, there have been some early renderings of a stadium in Kansas City, Kansas, near the Speedway. However, indications are that the team is leaning towards renovating Arrowhead, as they have also released renderings of that. However, nothing since April has been moved forward, but it's clear that the 50-year-old stadium needs some work, so something will have to give soon. Meanwhile, the Chiefs keep winning Super Bowls, so it doesn't seem like changing anything is needed for now. Commanders Field, Landover, Maryland. This shit pile just needs to be bulldozed, as it has been one of the worst NFL stadiums since the day it opened and hasn't gotten any better since.
I mean, they obviously just miserable because the stadium is horrible. The city is not great at all.
Literally. Replacement talks began in 2007, only 10 years after it opened. It hasn't been renovated once other than to reduce seating capacity. Earlier this year, the team, under new managementship, announced that there would be a whopping $75 million in upgrades to the stadium, including faster entry into the park, new premium seats, and hopefully upgrading the plumbing and the drainage. None of that solves the stadium's shitty location, architecture, and difficulty accessing or leaving the place after the game. Multiple locations have been discussed for a new stadium. However, if you think it takes time to get something done in Washington, well then, you're right. New owner Josh Harris, whose name is remarkably not Dan Snyder, has announced his intention to build a new stadium, but would not specifically say where. He says they have looked at locations in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, which leaves anyone wanting a new stadium with the sinking feeling that their already obsolete, decrepit, and outright shitty stadium isn't going to be replaced for quite some time. I'm personally not a big drinker, but hey, Commanders fan, I get it. Iffy/speculative replacements. Now we'll look at some stadiums where replacement hasn't been really discussed much, but these stadiums' age allows for some juicy speculation. Why did I use juicy as the adjective? Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. Three-time Super Bowl host Raymond James was opened in the late 90s and has been in use for over a quarter century. There has only been one real renovation in 2016 when new video boards were installed. New seats were installed when Brady was there, but then removed when Baker Mayfield arrived. Makes sense. Still no plans for renovations, and the Glazers probably don't even care. M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland. Just like you probably were, this stadium was born in the 90s. The team announced a $450 million renovation to take place between 2024 and 2026, so it's unlikely that the stadium gets replaced anytime soon, and they have done a great job of keeping it looking young. Unlike your mom. Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yinzers just probably had a heart attack, but yes, Acrisure Stadium is getting a few gray hairs and could be set for replacement in the next decade. It was renovated in 2007 and expanded in 2015. The tricky part to replacement would probably be having to tear down the existing structure and rebuilding it on the same site, which just seems natural for Pittsburgh. The team announced earlier this year that upgrades are coming, and then they went out and got Russell Wilson. And finally, Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. I guess the entire AFC North is aging like Gen X and will soon need to be replaced or put in a retirement home. Paycor was opened in 2000 and has had its criticism over the years, like choke points in the upper deck and an unusual seating layout. However, in May of 2024, the team announced a $100 to $120 million privately financed improvements, including new turf that hopefully keeps Joe Burrow's knees healthy. They finally got an indoor practice facility 2 years ago, one of the last cold weather teams to do so. Well, there you have it. Hey, real quick, if you enjoy stadium content, I have a channel solely dedicated to stadiums called 5 Point Stadiums. Please subscribe. The link is below. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.